Is there any veteran benefits tied into multifamily living that either of you gentlemen are aware of?
Um, Not that I'm aware of. However, I just took some notes. I'm going to go do some research and see if I can find benefits for veterans specifically and why they would want to invest. That's a really great question, though.
Well, and and we're hoping to reach many audiences,
Hmm.
Uh the- what what I like about you, Michael, and we were talking, I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before,
Hmm.
is and when I first met your brother, who's younger than you, I'd said it to him. There weren't a lot of 19-year-olds looking to get involved in business. For the old dogs in the room here, and Jim's probably the oldest dog I know. But for the older people, then that we've learned a lot of the lessons, and thank you, Dad. I thought my computer was blowing up. Uh, but think of the 38-year-old that has done 20 years in the Marine Corps, the Army, the Air Force, whatever. He has half a pension, which would
Hmm.
cover his normal living expenses, but he knows that if he lives to 85 or 90, it's not enough to live forever. Why does that veteran get involved with you guys? You both seem like Christians, and that doesn't mean that you're honest. It just means that we think that you are. But how do we know that you're going to take care of our money? And
Yeah, I
that
think when it comes down to it, it's really about us being a blessing to you. And so when it comes to investing with us, it's not just investing with two guys on a Zoom call. It's investing with an experienced operator like Dee Patel, who's been doing it for, 20 years plus and has a very impressive track record, and and with him, it's about you invest with family, you invest with the people who are aligned with your values. And when it comes to veterans, I mean, my dad's a veteran. I'm a military brat. I lived in the Middle East for 2 years. And the really intriguing thing I think about multifamily is in a deal like this where the risk is really small. Um, D, who's our sponsor, would say there is no risk, and that's not everybody's favorite answer. Um, it's not my favorite answer. Um,
there's no risk until you lose everything. Uh,
yeah. Well, as I was saying, like he's been doing this 20 plus years, and the thing that is so attractive is he has never lost investor capital, and he's been through all of the market cycles, and that's why it's we don't really have a buy box, we don't have a maximum purchase price or a minimum purchase price. We have a business plan. And it's really about the bank owned strategy walking into equity to preserve and protect investor capital. And so when you have, people who are in the military and they get their little stipend and every month, um, the beautiful thing here is in the next 5 to 10 years, you can really grow that seed money. And I mean, one of my goals is to get $3.6 million dollars into multifamily so that I'm making 300 to $400,000 a year on non-taxable passive income. And so I think the opportunity with multifamily because of cost segregation and the forced appreciation we can do with a value add and bank owned deal here, it's really beautiful. And so,
how, excuse me being naive. How is it non-taxable if you're making an income uh,
yeah, I
tied into
mean,
capital
I
gains?
would say
Or
it's more of a tax advantage, and you might not get 100% of that non-taxable, the 7% or 8% preferred return,
Yeah, I just
depending
want
on
to
the deal.
clarify this for all the people that are not, here today and they're
Mm.
watching this, because as we know, the government's always going to take something. And
Yep.
You pay
and
more on the sale than you do yearly.
yeah, and I think Keith talked, about your thing. You're obviously more in tune to the commercial space. But it's like, do I open a business as a general contractor, or do I open a camera store? I have employees on both. I have to buy materials to keep in the store. Doesn't mean I'm going to sell it, but I get a contracting job and I'm working on a $1 million loan deal with a contractor right now because he's not going to get paid for 60 to 90 days. He has to buy starting materials, and that's just the first quarter of the deal. He has to buy materials, he has to pay his employees, he has to do his quarterly taxes before he gets his first check, which is actually only a part of the entire deal. So every business is different in that and it's having guidance, and quite honestly, I'm impressed with what the two of you, Michael and John, are saying, because you don't seem flabbergasted by the questions. You answer them directly. Michael, you coming back and saying, I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head.
Mhm.
I'm going to do research. That is, in my mind, a sign of a professional. We don't have to know everything. We just need to know where to get the answer, and we do get the answer and follow up.